Another great announcement here at Rogers Place. It's my pleasure to kick off this Hlinka Gretzky press conference here in the Oilers Hall of Fame. My name's Tim Shipton, Senior Vice President with Oilers Entertainment Group. We've used this space on many occasions for major news and announcements, both on hockey and live entertainment, from Garth Brooks to UFC, hockey, and the like. Today is no different, and in fact, today rates right at the very top of the list, in my estimation, about how excited we are as an organization, and I think the city, quite frankly, about this tournament. It's my pleasure to welcome guests and partners of the Hlinka Gretzky Cup. We've got our bedrock partner in Hockey Canada. We've got Tournament Director Al Coates here today, along with Dean McIntosh and Anne-Marie Murphy. Thanks, guys, for coming. Coatesy, give a wave. I know, we know your roots with the Flames, but we love you now, so. We're all friends now. Representing a funding partner, Government of Alberta, we got MLA Nicole Goring. Thank you so much for coming, Nicole. City of Edmonton and Edmonton Destination Marketing, who have been tremendous supporters of the organization and of this tournament. In fact, the two representatives here joined us in the Czech Republic and Slovakia in 2017 for the site visit. Garrett Turda, Board Chair, and Karen Chalmers, Executive Director. Thanks, guys. Good to see you. A couple more. It's a big tournament. Very happy to have our partners from Red Deer. We know Red Deer is Oilers territory, Coatesy, through and through. That's why we're excited to be partnering with the City of Red Deer. We have Councillor and Deputy Mayor Tanya Handley here today up front. Thank you. Tanya's husband's here as well. Good to see you. And from the Red Deer Rebels, Merrick Sutter, great partner in this tournament, doing some great things in hockey. Good to see you, Merrick. And of course, our friends from the Czech Republic and Slovakia. So very excited also to introduce our panel here today. We've got OEG CEO and Vice Chair, Bob Nicholson. We've got OEG partner Vice Chair, Oilers legend Wayne Gretzky. We've got representing the Hlinka family, Ms. Labina Helinkova. And representing our partners with the Czechs and Slovaks, Martin Urban, General Secretary of the Czech Ice Hockey Association. They're going to share their thoughts in a Q&A in a little bit. But right now, without further ado, I'm going to turn over the hosting of this press conference to OEG CEO Bob Nicholson. Bob?
Thanks, Tim. First of all, welcome everyone to today's announcement. It is very exciting, and you know, to have Martin and Labina here. They were in Korea for the whole Olympics. They flew back to Prague. We were in Prague for about 6 hours and then flew over here for this event. And Labina, I know that you have a special presentation and really want to kick this press conference off in the right way, so if I could have you to come forward to say a few words.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, please let me thank the Hockey Canada and the Oilers Entertainment Group for the invitation to today's press conference. I am really honored being here. To my husband, Ivan Hlinka, the game of hockey was everything. He gave it all he had as a player and later as a coach as well. I am sure we would be really proud that this tournament of the best 18 years old hockey players from the best 8 hockey countries all over the world bearing his name became so prestige and even crossed the border of Europe. And mainly as the Ivan Hlinka Memorial Cup will now be connected with the name of the best player ever, Wayne Gretzky. I am sure that this connection is the highest possible honor for the tournament promoters, organizers, the Hockey Canada, the Oils Entertainment Group, City of Edmonton, a Czech and Slovak Ice Hockey Association. And the best possible motivation for those hockey talents taking part in this upcoming event. It has been recently exactly 20 years since Ivan Hlinka and Wayne Gretzky meet as opponents during Olympic Games in Nagano. Wayne on the ice, Ivan on the bench. I know that Ivan respected Wayne a lot and considered him as an extraordinary personality and the most noted hockey legend around the world. Therefore, I am sure Ivan would be really honored and pleased to know that Wayne's surname will be added to the tournament name. Ladies and gentlemen, please let me sincerely thank Mr. Wayne Gretzky for his willingness being and part of this tournament and to play a significant role in future development, the best 18 years juniors all around the world. Thank you for your kind attention and see you soon in August this summer. Thank you. Yeah.
Get a picture. Go in front. Wow, Labina, she was so nervous to come up and do that in English. Outstanding job. Very, very good. Thank you. The next person to come up is a real buddy of mine in all my days with Hockey Canada. He was a person that I got to know very well, and we talked about bringing this tournament to Canada. I don't know, it was 8 years ago or 9 years ago, and now we're here. And Martin Urban is the head of Czech hockey, both for the young kids all the way up to their elite league. He does a tremendous job for their country, but also, Marty, you do a great job for international hockey around the world. And if you come forward to say a few words, Martin.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So, our association, Czech Ice Hockey Association, gonna celebrate this fall, 2018, 110-year anniversary. Okay, it's a pretty old one. But the most notable milestone, one of the most ones, was year 47, just after World War II. Why? Because we had World Championship home in Prague, and we won it for the first time. We won it again in 49, but then in early 50s, the whole team was jailed. Some of our players died. And Czechoslovak hockey at that time lost one generation of the best players. Why I mentioned year 47? Because in that year, all the players and team staff, I don't know, it was maybe one or two guys that time, worn special jackets. And I have this jacket here, with the current logo of Czech Ice Hockey and with old logo from 47. So these jackets you cannot buy. These jackets are worn right now by our coaching staff of national teams. And it's my privilege, on behalf of Czech Ice Hockey Association, to give this jacket to the best hockey player ever, to Wayne Gretzky, to the guy who is joining the tournament and putting his name to the tournament. Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you, Martin, for the kind words, and Labina, thank you so much. The gifts are great, but I prefer to have that gold medal from '98 that you guys got. So if you got an extra one, send it this way. I can recall the game vividly. We lost in overtime in a shootout, but in a lot of ways it was devastating to our organization and to our team. But to the Czech people, the celebration and the good it did for hockey in Czechoslovakia, I always congratulate people who earn and deserve the championship, and they definitely did that. One of the first things that Bob Nicholson told me a couple years ago when I came back to the Edmonton Oilers was he was really chasing down this event, and he just felt that this would be a great event not only for Canada but for the city of Edmonton and for this arena. And I know he's worked really hard and diligently on this. And just as important, Labina and Martin and people in Czechoslovakia have given his blessing that we would uphold and carry on the tradition of this tournament in the same way, in the same style, first class, that the people in Czechoslovakia have done over the years. I'm excited to be part of this, the Hlinka Gretzky Cup. I wish I could have played in an event like this when I was 17, but times have changed. But I know the city of Edmonton and this arena and the people who come here to watch this and in Red Deer are going to be treated some wonderful hockey, and the players and the families and friends who come here are going to enjoy a great city. So thank you all very much, and congratulations to Bob and the Oilers and the city of Edmonton. And we'll see everybody in early August. Thank you.
Now we're going to turn this into a little bit of a hot stove and ask some questions here. Labina, maybe Martin, you can translate. When you look back at the history of this tournament and you look at Ivan as a player and as a coach, what was his best memory of international hockey? Did you ever have that discussion, and could you talk a little bit about that?
So it's pretty easy. Nagano tournament.
I got that one. Thank you.
She doesn't need any translation. Unforgettable.
It's funny because I can still remember him on the bench when we lost the game and how excited Yager and Hasek and Ivan was. You remember certain things in your life and in hockey, and I can remember it like it was yesterday. And it was a great thrill, obviously, for them.
You know what, Wayne? Certainly that was one of your biggest disappointments in the Canadian jersey, but you've had a lot of unbelievable experiences putting on the Canadian jersey as a player and also in the management role. What's your favorite moment as a player, and what's your favorite moment in management of Team Canada?
Well, management part was easy. When we made it 5-2 with a couple minutes left and we could finally breathe, that was the best moment. As a player, what I loved about 1998, although we didn't win gold, was when we went there, people were worried and the other athletes were worried that the hockey players weren't going to fit in, that we weren't going to be part of the village. And as it turned out, it was completely opposite of that. We were like little kids going to a hockey tournament again. We really enjoyed being in the village. We rallied around the other team sports, whether it was curling, skiing, whatever sport it was. And to be part of the village and have that experience was the greatest thrill as an international athlete for me. And I encourage anybody who can go to the Olympic Games to be part of the Canadian team and to stay in the Olympic Village. Is just one of the greatest thrills you're ever going to have in your life. There's nothing like it.
You know what, Wayne? At that time when we lost the bronze medal game, the country was in an uproar, and I can tell you, from my position, I was worried. Wow, are the players even going to want to walk in the closing ceremonies? We called a meeting, and guess who was the first guy to stand up and say, "Hey, are you kidding me? We're going to walk in these ceremonies. We're an Olympian," and really, that was the highlight of our team during that. And your leadership was really showing then.
Well, the thing about the Olympics is it's so special. It's so unique, and it brings all these athletes together from all different sports. And we're all proud to play for one thing, and that's our country. And the closing ceremonies, the opening ceremonies, the Olympic Games themselves, there's nothing like it. And that's what's wonderful about our country. You can dream that dream of being an Olympian and playing for your country. And I'm sure the people in Czechoslovakia feel the same way about their country. It's just something so special.
Martin, when you look at the Hlinka Gretzky tournament now, you've hosted it so many times. What are some of the key components of this tournament to educate the media and the fans here in Edmonton?
So first of all, maybe you know, maybe you don't know. It's pretty historical issue because the tournament started in 1991 in Japan as a Pacific Cup. And then it was moved to Canada for one occasion in 1996 to BC. And since 1997, this tournament is held in Czech Republic and Slovakia. And we are talking about under 18 juniors. These guys, at the end of the season, play World Championship, but not all of them can participate in because there is CHL in Canada. So this is the only one chance to meet best on best during summertime, during Ivan Hlinka, nowadays Hlinka Gretzky Cup. So this is some kind of unique. Then these guys, they could be drafted afterwards. So they have really high motivation to perform themselves and perform as a team. Because if you play properly for the team, you are a better player. And the best teams all over the world participate in 8 teams. Canada, USA, Sweden, Finland, Czech Republic, Russia, and then Slovakia as a host, and Switzerland. So we keep this tradition, and we were thinking how put this tournament on even higher level than it is. And I am pretty sure we are on the right track to place this tournament to Canada once in 2 years, and especially to Edmonton, to Rogers Place, brand new arena, and to city of Edmonton. I expect that we definitely break attendance record this year, but the main issue to me is it will be great experience for young hockey players, the best ones. That's our goal.
How many kids in the NHL have played in the tournament? Do we know?
You know what? I don't know that exact number, but in tonight's game, you're going to see when they drop the puck that there's 24 players, I think it is, Tim, that are dressed tonight that played in this tournament. And it is the best on best. Wayne, it's the only time we have best on best now since we don't have it in the Olympics. And it's the first time that the player puts on a Canadian jersey to play for his country. Tell us what that experience was like for you, Wayne, and what would you say to a young Czech player or Canadian player when they make this team and how they should handle themselves in this tournament?
Well, first of all, there's no feeling like it. I can remember like it was yesterday. I was 16 years old, back in those days, we didn't have 17-year-old teams, and it was one team. And I was fortunate enough, a couple of guys got injured, and I kind of made the team by default. And I was so proud of the fact that I was playing for Canada. I never thought that that would happen. And we'd just come off of the 72 Summit Series and the 76 Canada Cup. So it was a tremendous amount of hype. And I think it was one of the first times that Canada put a whole team together. We used to send a junior team to the World Championships, and we'd add a couple players to that team. So the year I played, we had 15 of the players on that team make the NHL. I played with some great players. There's no feeling like it. It's the first time that you get that opportunity. For some guys, it won't be the last time. There's going to be a lot of times that they're going to get that chance. And you always remember one thing, that you're playing for the crest on the front of the jersey and not the name on the back of the jersey. And I think we start teaching kids at the 16 and 17 years old that that's the way Canadian hockey is, and that's the way we're going to operate, and that's the way we're going to be taught. And so this is that first opportunity for them to get a taste of what they'll have in store the rest of their careers, and that's what makes it so much fun for them. And there's no better honor, there's no better feeling than putting a jersey on that has your country on it.
You know, when we look at this tournament and you see what the schedule is going to be now in Red Deer and our partners there with the city and the junior team, and we're going to make this bigger. We're going to make it really an event. We started the World Juniors. People didn't think we could do that at Christmas time. It turned into a special tradition, and now this tournament, we're going to really try to make it hockey focused. We're going to have coaching clinics. We're going to have officiating components. We already have 5 committees from the International Ice Hockey that are going to come over here. We're working with the Western Hockey League, working with Hockey Canada, working with the NHL. So there's going to be so many great things happening. And Marty, we had the chat today. You're talking about bringing your executive over from Czech hockey, which would be a first. What would you see them wanting to see, and what do you think they can learn from hockey in the Edmonton and Red Deer area?
So, first of all, they will get chance to see this arena, okay? And surroundings, because it's something, Edmonton will be different after 2 years because of this, what we can see around. First of all. Second, when you play as a player and there are, let's say, 4,000 people in crowd, and when you will be here, and we expect definitely more, double, maybe triple number of seats, then it's perfect for development of hockey players. They should know that. So our board members are decision makers, and then they should end up with feeling that to support those best players on the best level means real development. So it's gonna be different play here this tournament, and it's gonna be huge experience. And also I expect cooperation, large cooperation between Hockey Canada, between other countries and municipality. So this is also important, and we wanna bring some municipality people over here to learn how to support hockey. Thanks.
Well, that wraps it up for today. Labina, thank you very much, Martin. And Wayne, we have a gift for each of them here. And Al, why don't you come up? Hockey Canada has been such a key part in this, and you're leading it from their side. It'd be great for you to join us here. I'm not giving this to you.
Should have least take the price tag off it.
Come on in here, Al.
So while we're just getting the last of this photo op, we do have some more news to announce, and I want to thank our 4 panelists for that outstanding comments. You guys can stay on the stage. Okay, we'll wait for Wayne. So you heard a lot about the legacy of this tournament. Obviously, Ivan's name, now with Wayne's name attached to it. We've heard about the international cooperation that's taken place to bring this tournament to Edmonton, how excited that we are to bring the best hockey players to Canada to watch this tournament. So on behalf of Hockey Canada and all our partners, we're proud to unveil the trophy, rendering of the trophy today. So I direct your attention to the West video board just above the jerseys here. It's coming. It's worth the wait. Maybe not? Okay. Got to press play. Play. Maybe not. Maybe we have some technical difficulties here. Trust me, it's a great trophy. Take my word for it. If you can't see the image. This is what $612 million will bring you, is a video board that doesn't play, but that's all right. Okay, they're on it. As we do that, I can talk a little bit about some of the other things that are happening with the Hlinka tournament. We also announced today details around the trophy. Doing something. So there it is. This trophy is a stylized 9 and a 9 connected to make an H in honor of our 2 benefactors of this tournament. This is going to be awarded. Some lucky team, hopefully Canada or the Czech Republic, will hoist this in Edmonton in 2018. So just some closing comments. We announced details around the Center Ice Summit, which is also going to be running concurrent with the Hlinka Gretzky tournament. That is going to bring representatives from the IIHF, NHL, the Western Hockey League, and grassroots hockey here at Edmonton. And really our goal is to develop Edmonton as a mecca for hockey globally. For those people interested in purchasing tickets or packages, we have a 10-day pack and a 7-day pack for the tournament. You can visit rogersplace.com/HG Cup. Make a small deposit to get on the list. It's going to be a very hot ticket. Details about the Red Deer games are available at rogersplace.com or reddeerrebels.com. Didn't want to miss that. So without further ado, I want to thank everybody for your attendance today. All of our speakers here will be available for one-on-ones. I suggest we can scrum over here and then break off in one-on-one. So real honor. We'll do it after. So thanks everybody, and we'll see you in August. Take care.